welcome back to Cruise Against Crew. My name is Lucy, for those of you that are new here, and today I'm going to try and spout some wisdom by reflecting on my cruise ship career with you and telling you what I would do differently if I had the opportunity to do it again. Not to say that I regret it, but I'll get more into that in a little bit. So this video is, I guess, targeted towards a young person who is thinking of working on a cruise ship, so i.e. me when I started. So this video is, I guess, to my 19-year-old self just before I started cruise ships. So if you have been watching my videos and you are 18, 19, 20, but you know, below 25, or I guess even after, and you're thinking of working on a cruise ship, then this video is for you, and I hope that you can learn from my mistakes. Through this channel, I am aware that I have influenced hundreds of people to pursue a career on cruise ships, and I'm so proud of that because, you know, when I meet you guys and I speak to you, you always give me such lovely feedback and you say, oh, I felt really prepared for my contract because of watching your videos, which is exactly what I want. That's the whole reason I have this channel. So it's wonderful to know that it's doing what I set out for it to do. And you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, that working on a cruise ship, I still believe, was the best decision I ever made. It gave me the opportunity to see places that I otherwise would never have been able to afford to go myself. I have met people from all over the world that I wouldn't have otherwise met. I've made great friendships. I've saved money. I've met Josh. I met my partner. It's made me self-reliant. It's helped me improve my social skills exponentially. And, you know, so many other things. Like, this career has really made me who I am, I guess, to some extent. And although I am so happy with where I am at now in my life, you know, I've got this YouTube channel with you guys and you're just amazing and I love you all so much, and you know, I have this job on board Royal Caribbean, one of the largest ships in the sea and on the sea, and you know, everything's good. But I can't help thinking what would have happened if I had have just chosen this career. So to explain, I'm just gonna give you a brief rundown of my career path. So I started at 19 years old working in the spa on Royal Caribbean ships. I did that for two long 9-12 month contracts, and then I went home for family reasons, but also I was absolutely exhausted, because anyone who works in the spa on board cruise ships will know that it is exhausting. So I went home, but I didn't go home thinking that home would be temporary. I was like, no, I've done my stint on cruise ships, that's it. Now I'm gonna set up my life on land, and this is it. I was at home for just over a year, absolutely bored out of my mind, had a job in a salon in my small town, and I was like, oh my god, this is dull. So I applied for Harding Retail and got the job with P&O as a shoppie. So I did 2 contracts with P&O and on P&O Oceania as a shoppie, had a fantastic time. But towards the end of my second contract, I was like, ugh, shit life. You know, I'm done. Like, now it's time to go home and start my life on land, blah, 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 blah. But this was the time that Virgin Voyages was just coming about. And I had applied for Virgin Voyages not thinking I would get it in a million years. By the by, I got the job with Virgin Voyages, so I was like, okay, this isn't the end of my cruise ship career, because I have this opportunity to go on Virgin Voyages, which is amazing. So in November of 2019, I kind of started my Virgin career, did the training in January, and then went on to set up the Scarlet Lady at the start of 2020, but we all know what happened in March 2020. So obviously I was home for a while then as well. I went back in 2021, June 2021, as a shoppie on board Virgin Voyages to manage the Mac store, and I ended up doing like 2 full contracts with Virgin, 1 half a contract with Virgin, and now I am here. So what I mean when I say I wish I'd have chosen this career is basically everything I did, I was like, it won't be for long. I did the spa and I didn't think it'd be for long. I got the job with Harding and I was like, it won't be for long, and then I'm going to go home and start my life on land. Virgin, well, won't be for long. And then this, even now, it's like, don't know how long it'll be for. Love it, like, love it. It's the best job I've had on ships for sure. But even now my mentality is, because of course I'm nearly 30 now, and it's like, oh well, maybe I should go home and get a house and start my life on land. Oh, you know, it's crazy. But my point is, I was asked to be a manager when I worked for Steiner, and then when I worked for Harding on P&O, I was asked to be a manager, and then when I worked as a shoppy for Virgin, I was asked to be a manager. And basically my whole career on ships, whoever I've been working with has asked me to progress to management. And this isn't me tooting my own horn, because I said no to every single one. And the reason I said no was because I was like, I don't want to put all the effort into becoming a manager, because I'm not going to be doing this for too long. Bitch has nearly been doing it for 10 years, okay? So, and in January 2024, it's going to be my 10-year anniversary on board cruise ships. And okay, it's not 10 years consecutively, because as I said, after Steiner, I had the year at home. Obviously, I had the pandemic time at home, but I have been, you know, working on ships for the past 10 years. So I think because my 10-year anniversary is coming up, which is unbelievable, it has got me thinking about everything. And actually, if I'd have just made a goddamn decision, I could have been cruise director by now. I could have been staff captain, or, you know, first officer, or if I wanted to go down the marine route. But I could have progressed and done so much more with this 10 years if I'd have just made a decision. So I guess the point of this video is, to all my young people out there who are thinking of working on cruise ships, if you do 1 or 2 contracts and you're like, you think there's a possibility that you might do another one, just take the goddamn promotion. Become manager, work your way up the ranks, and even if you don't think you're going to do another contract, just accept it, because if you become assistant manager or whatever the next step is, that experience will be applicable somewhere else. You know, you will be able to put it on your CV, and I just feel like a bit of an idiot for not doing it. But I don't regret it. See, I don't regret it, because if I was manager for my time on Virgin or even P&O, I would not have had the time to start this YouTube channel. And you guys know that I make a living through YouTube now, which is unbelievable. So I'm not solely reliant on my cruise ship paycheck. So for that reason, I don't regret becoming a manager, because I wouldn't have you guys and I wouldn't have this channel, and I love doing this. I love this. If I didn't have YouTube, I would have regretted not progressing, you know? And that might seem obvious, but I was turning down promotions even when I didn't have YouTube. I only started my YouTube during the pandemic. So while I was working for Steiner, turning down the promotion, I didn't have a YouTube channel. While I was working on P&O Oceania, turning down the promotion, I didn't have a YouTube channel. You know, like, I was turning these promotions down, but I didn't have anything to fall back on. I just knew that I wasn't interested. And again, I don't regret it, because I'm where I am now. But yeah, if I could go back and do it all again, I would have made smarter decisions. You know, I would have thought less about my present self and more about my future self. So for those of you who are going to start your cruise ship career soon, please just take every opportunity that's given to you, because you won't regret climbing the ladder. You know, the sooner you do that, the better. The sooner you become an assistant manager, the sooner you become a manager, the better. And it's taken me 10 years to learn that. But as I said, I'm very happy with where I'm at. Like anything, when it comes to a big anniversary or a big birthday or anything like that, it does get you thinking about the past and the decisions you've made, and that's what's happening, you know. Like I said, January next year it's going to be 10 years, which I honestly, like, if you'd have said to me at 19, at 29 you're going to be still on cruise ships, I'd have been like, shut up. Like, there's no way in hell I would have believed you. And it is ludicrous that that's the case. And I always said, because you have a C1D Visa to work on cruise ships and it's valid for 10 years. And I always said, I'm not going to get another C1D Visa. Something tells me that I might be applying for another C1D Visa. But, you know, we'll see, we'll see. We don't know what the future holds. But yeah, 10 years is just nuts. And it does just make me think like, oh, you could have... Maybe you could have been a cruise director, maybe you could have been a hotel director or a guest services manager. I would not want to be a guest services manager. I mean, God bless you to anyone who is a guest services manager. The shit that you have to deal with, I could not do it. But you understand my point. I just feel like I could have done so much more. But then I feel like that about my whole life. I should have started YouTube sooner. I should have done everything sooner. You know, like, I feel like hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? And we all have things that we would change if we could go back. What would you change? Anyway, thanks for watching. I am going to ponder more on this and probably think myself into a hole. But yeah, it's a weird one. It's weird. You're not going to regret progressing. You are going to regret not progressing. Because it's really difficult when you feel like you're behind in life. And generally that is to do with your career. Or your relationship status. But that's by the by. But your career is what really can make you feel behind. So to save yourself the pain, to save yourself the discomfort of feeling like you're behind in life, just do your best to work your way up through the company as quick as possible. I am so sorry. This feels very dreary and very, but anyway, I hope you've taken something from this video. If you haven't, I'm so sorry I've wasted your time. If you have, great, leave me a like and a subscribe. Yeah, but if you are thinking of starting your cruise ship career, please go over to cruisingascrew.com. I have created 12 career guides that are designed to answer any question you could possibly think of about working on a cruise ship. We've got stuff about living in a cabin with a roommate. We have got a cruise ship agency list. A money career guide all about taxes and savings and which bank accounts to use, and there's many things, there's many helpful resources. So cruisingascrew.com, my Instagram is cruisingascrew. But anyway, I hope you've had a great week and I hope you have a fantastic week ahead and something wonderful happens for you. But I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.